Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden and 2K packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable Madden and 2K coins on the market. And of course, do not forget to use code Ferdy for 5% off. A link for their website is at the top of the description. What's going on, guys? Today we have part number 2 of the Combine tier list. All we're going to do is add the new cards that came out today to the old tier list that we posted, I believe, on Wednesday. So yeah, let's waste no time. Let's just get started with quarterback Anthony Richardson. So Anthony Richardson is honestly a really good quarterback option right now in the game. Has the Slinger 3 release, which depending on who you ask is one of the better releases in the game right now. 94 speed, all 32 team chem, so potential for 96 speed with potentially 97 acceleration depending on your strat card. Pretty solid stats. The one hole in my opinion is under 90 throw under pressure. So when it comes to the abilities, if you don't need Hot Route Master, I would probably run Fearless. And like I said, Slinger 3 is really good, so you don't need Gunslinger. But Pass Lead Fearless or Pass Lead Hot Route with Slinger 3 and good speed, I think automatically he's going to end up definitely putting him way above Bryce Young. I'm going to put him at mid to high-ish A tier. And also Buda Baker's here as well. I didn't really put him into the video, but 97 speed, good KOs, can play in the box, can play over top. Might not get that many interceptions because of his height, but has really good KOs, and obviously KOs are super broken in this game. So a bunch of good, ability setups, obviously. But Anthony Richardson, mid to high A tier, honestly a really, really solid quarterback option. So next man up is Trayvon Walker, 95 speed, 93 acceleration, 97 finesse, 97 power moves, good tackling, decent catching. And for the abilities, does get some pretty nasty ones. He's able to get edge threat elite, free double or nothing, and of course also flat zone KO. I honestly might look into this card because having flat zone KO, of course, KOs are super broken, but having flat zone for better reactions and knockouts, also having, potential for, edge threat elite or double or nothing or something like that kind of setup to me, the mix of those abilities, maybe even going with maybe free lurker, flat zone, and probably free lurker, flat zone, and like edge threat elite. That setup to me just seems pretty nasty, being able to kind of drop him in the zone and also play him in coverage, as well as having pretty good speed, obviously, as our edge rusher, and good pass rush stats. And also he's 6'5", 270, and does have 2 of 3 traits. So Trayvon Walker, to me, we're going to throw him at S tier. He's about where Bruce Irvin is. Bruce doesn't get as good as, pass coverage abilities as Trayvon, but Bruce has like 95 zone, which is interesting. But him and Trayvon Walker are obviously very, very similar and very versatile. And next up, we have RG3. And normally when an RG3 card comes out, I mean, should be one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the game. Only issue is there's no training variety, so you see what the issue is here, right? You see it has a Gen 3 release, really good stats, good accuracies, good ball carrier stats, as well as getting pretty good abilities, good versatility here again. Gunslinger, hot route, joystick, fearless, your standard, early March quarterback is what RG3 is. He's definitely solid. Is he the best QB in the game? No. But you can use him, you can win games. He's obviously very good, you know what I mean? So we're gonna throw RG3 at mid S tier. Okay, so let's talk about our first Sandcastle card, and that is, of course, tight end Leon Sandcastle. He can also play receiver. I honestly like how they made him a tight end, because so you can kind of put him at receiver and at tight end depending on where you want to use him. But even as a receiver, he's top tier with speed and stats and stuff like that. And even at tight end, obviously, he's top tier with speed and stats. He might not be as tall as these other tight ends are, but yeah, he's a pretty decent run blocker. I mean, 93 impact block on a Deion Sanders card is crazy to think about. Ball carrier stats, obviously very unique for a tight end. Good break tackle, good juke, stuff like that. Receiving wise, he's really good. Also, just a crazy speed, things like that. And of course, he does have really good abilities, as you would expect, with free route tag, deep in, deep out, mid in, red zone threat. You can run short out, mid in, deep out. So regardless where you play this card, whether it's at tight end or if it's at wide receiver, I do believe that he is like him, but it's like between him or Julio, like wide receiver. Looking at it like that, I would definitely go Julio, but it is honestly pretty close, and Leon Sandcastle tight end is definitely a good option for sure. So next up, we have Charles Cross, a card that might get overlooked, but for a 95 overall with these stats, this kind of speed at tackle, and also getting the same ability setup that Andrew Thomas's playoff card's able to get is pretty ridiculous. Being able to have free identifier and secure protector, to me, is a great setup, and also having good speed. Speed's very important on offensive linemen. I feel like this year more than ever, we're getting really fast offensive linemen, which was rare last year. This year, you're seeing a lot more of it, but Charles Cross, to me, my thing's going right up here next to Netane Muti, or Mutai, however you say his name. but definitely an A tier option, maybe even before Devon Chain, honestly. I mean, 88 speed with that kind of setup on a 95 is pretty crazy. And next man up is another combine prospect. That's Bijan Robinson with 95 speed, 94 acceleration, 92 agility, 93 COD. He's like more of a power back compared to Devon Chain, who's more of the elusive back with some better speed. But Bijan Robinson might not be a bad card to run if you don't have a free goal line back already on your team. And again, he gets all 32 team chems. He could be someone interesting to run. Also does get some pretty good abilities to me. I think he's, gonna end up being pretty average. So I'm gonna throw him at B tier, but high B tier. I don't think he's A tier. But the card, in my opinion, definitely could have been a little bit better. Even his build isn't anything crazy. I mean, he's 6 foot 222 with 88 strength, and we got backs like that in the game already. So gonna be pretty middle of the line with 97 speed on a full theme team. That's if you have a full theme team. So Bijan, yeah, high B tier. And next up, we have another just amazing pass rusher to come out of the Combine promo, and that's Harold Landry. 93 speed, 97 acceleration, 97 finesse moves, good tackling. Not a guy you're going to drop in his own coverage, but look at these abilities, man. He's able to get free edge threat. He is the first and only free edge threat in the game right now. So be able to have edge threat for free, crazy, man. Crazy with the with all the speed and 97 finesse move. Even the traits are all 3. It's got 3 of 3 on traits, which is crazy for a guy who only has 80 power moves. But I mean, this card is one of the better pass rushers in the game, and he's like I said, literally the first. He might be low-key over Buddha. He's the first edge threat for free with those stats and those traits. I mean, he's a monster, man. He's an absolute monster. So next up is D'Angelo Hall. No theme team. I'm talking 98 speeds, really good. 97 acceleration. His price tag is so egregious right now. It's actually insane. Please do not buy this card for this price. He's not even worth like 800K in my opinion, really. So I shouldn't see any D'Angelo Halls. If I do, unless you have one of his theme teams, then sure, go for it. But I don't think you should see any of them. But yeah, 98 speed, 98 man, 97 zone, 92 press, a little bit low, especially when you're seeing a lot of these receivers with really high, high release. So that could be a problem. But he's a pretty subpar tackler. But for the abilities, it's really good. Pretty good setups. He's able to get good zone abilities. Free pick artist, again, on a 5'10 guy isn't that great. But, you can run deep route KO, short route KO, pick artist. Or sorry, wait. No, you can't run that, actually. It would have to be deep route. Yeah, you can't run that. So I feel like it would probably be like pick artist, deep out, and then deep route is probably like the setup you run on him. Again, KOs are really good. They're really, maybe run chuck out because pick artist probably won't do much on a 5'10 guy. But although he's got really good speed and really good stats, I'm going to put him at like high A tier. I don't think he's anything too crazy, to be honest with you. And next up, we have Giants legend Evan Ingram. And the only issue with this card to me is just how rich the tight end position is right now. There are so many good tight ends. Delaney, Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts, Leon, P. Mezzalars came out today too. I mean, there are just so many good tight ends in the game right now. 97 speed Gronk. I mean, there's so many good tight ends in the game right now. So to me, that's the only thing that kind of hurts this Evan Ingram card. Has good stats. He's 6'3", also does get good abilities again. Are you able to run route, apprentice, and route tech for 1 AP, or short in or short out, whatever you want to run? I mean, the abilities on this card are pretty crazy. Short in, route tech, route apprentice if you want to. Just crazy setup. So Evan Ingram is going to be A tier, but just know he's a really good tight end option in the game right now. I'm going to put him in front of Tristan Wirfs. I mean, but Evan Ingram he's ridiculous. Honestly, I think I'm going to switch him and Bruce Irvin. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Evan Ingram deserves to be an S tier, even though, like I said, the tight end position is just there's so many good tight ends in the game right now. It's crazy. And next up, we have one of my favorite cards that came out today, and that is Nolan Smith. This man right here is one of the best cards that came out on a full theme team, potentially 98 speed, 99 acceleration, which is just insane. Also does get amazing abilities with Edge Threat Elite for 1 AP. My setup on him today was Edge Threat and Speedster, which is insane. It's like under pressure, Edge Threat, Speedster just adds a nice little animation boost. He's 3 of 3 on traits. This card is amazing. He really is. If you have a normal theme team that's not a Legends theme team, he should be on your team, and especially if you have a blitz with a free runner. Having that speed, if you go watch the what gameplay was it? The Leon Sandcastle quarterback gameplay, he just goes crazy in that video. So I'm gonna put Nolan Smith up here like in front of RG3, in front of the free safety Leon Sandcastle. And honestly, you can maybe debate this card even higher. That's how good this 95 overall Nolan Smith is. He's endgame as a 95 overall, which is just absurd. So now we have another pass catcher, and that is Christian Watson with 97 speed, 98 acceleration, which is insane if he does end up getting the +1 speed, which I think someone ran better than a 4.3 yesterday. I'm pretty sure they did. So we are going to be getting the +1 on the strat card for sure. So 98 speed, no theme team at 6'4", 208 with these pass catching stats. Not much strength, but solid after the catch. But it's the size and the abilities. We're starting to see these tall receivers with crazy speed coming out, so he'll become the norm soon. But 1 AP route tech with you can't run. Oh no, you can route tech deep out, or you can go deep in, deep out. And also he does get 1 AP short in because he is a slot archetype. So Christian Watkins to me is just a slightly better Julio Jones. It is pretty close, but I think I'm gonna go with Christian Watson. Did I call him Watkins? Christian Watson, sorry. Yeah, over Julio. So next up we have the running back Leon Sandcastle with 98 speed, great acceleration. As a ball carrier, he's crazy. He doesn't have much power in his game, but a good break tackle and a good juke. And the carrying even under 90 is a little bit scary, to be honest. In the receiving stats, he hits 2 thresholds, mid route running and short route running. So this card can legitimately also play slot receiver if you need him to, or just be a good, pass catcher out of the backfield, kind of like a CMC type. If I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean. And for the abilities, he does get good ones. 1 AP tank with free joystick, free goal line back, free short in, 1 AP backfield master, evasive tank. So again, depending on how you want to play the game, he's going to be really good, regardless of how you want to use a running back. I mean, maybe not like a real power back, but does get tank, which is really nice. Route tech 1 AP is really nice. And to me, I don't think he's better than Chris Johnson. There's a chance that he's pretty close. So I'm going to put him behind these 2 receivers, but halfback Leon Sandcastle is definitely a top 3 back in the game. I just don't know if he's as good as Chris Johnson's card is. But honestly, for the price, it makes more sense to go after Leon Sandcastle because Chris Johnson is still obviously very, very expensive. And finally, last but not least, we have the man who I believe is the best quarterback in the game right now. Therefore, he will be the best on this tier list. And that is Leon Sandcastle, quarterback. He's got 96 speed, 95 acceleration. Slinger 3 is just an amazing release. Accuracy-wise, stat-wise, he's amazing. As a ball carrier, card feels great. And he's a lefty, which I kind of like, low-key. I kind of like it. And for the abilities, they are really good depending on how you want to play the game, depending on your play style. He fits it all, man. If you want hot route master, he's got it. If you feel like you need gunslinger, you can run it if you want. Fast breaks free. Pass leads there. If you want to run the ball a lot, fast breaks nice to have. If you're not really running the ball too much, you can go hot route, pass lead, gunslinger, or even fearless is there for you if you don't feel like he needs gunslinger. So just a nasty setup, honestly. Leon Sandcastle with the release and the speed fits any play style, fits into any offense. So yeah, that is going to do it for our combine tier list. All said and done, our top 5 cards from this promo, which was one of the best promos that we've seen in a while. I think probably the best promo this year. I think easily AKA's up there, but as far as like a singular like promo like Combine or Zero Chill or anything like that, I mean, this is the best this year for sure, which is crazy because usually the Combine isn't this great. I mean, it's really good. So we have our top 5: Leon quarterback, Chris Johnson, Christian Watkins, Julio Jones, and then we'll say like Leon tight end, halfback, or 5A, 5B. We're gonna go with that. And Nolan Smith's also amazing. I mean, all these cards are amazing, man. It's crazy. So as always, I will see you boys in the next one.